We are continuing 14. Here we go. I believe that takes care of the deliveries. Thank you for taking charge, Joe. From what I've seen and heard, 'tis plain the people held their queen in high regard, and the simulant has exploited their love and admiration to win over so very many. Come, let us report to Malshite. He should be back at the north of the recreation zone. Done with your deliveries. We've just gotten back ourselves. Those who we spoke with all harbored anxiety towards death. 'Tis hardly an unnatural sentiment that to have, and yet Malishite seems to be doing better. Thank you for your assistance with this everyday delivery I had planned for today is accounted for. The reactions I received were mixed. While some were glad, others decided they did not want items after all. How was your experience? Everyone accepted their items, but they all felt differently about them. One person couldn't remember their keepsake's owner, and the other couldn't stop worrying about their own death. I see. It's difficult indeed to predict how people may behave when confronted with the reminders of loss. Of late, I've come to believe that we are, each of us, the sum of the moments we've shared with our loved ones. And when they pass away and we lost our memories of these people, we lost a part of ourselves. It's as though it's a thought that saddens me to no end. Reading. If our memories of the departed are no longer to be entrusted to the cloud, I wish that those already taken could be returned to us. Well, my friends, I must resume my formal duties. My thanks again for your aid. Malashite speaks true. Our memories are what define us. They form the path we walk to be where we are. My endless self, I expect, was much alike to me in the beginning, but I cannot become like her no more than she could become like me. For once our paths diverged, so too did our lives and experiences. That's true. Even if we start from the same place, we all have different journeys. At some point, things like our goals and our ways of thinking are bound to change. The endless fiend was one possibility, a version of myself who made choices I want to believe I never would. I'm beginning to come to terms with the fact that I did, though. Is that... The simulant. She was looking straight at us. If I didn't know better, I'd say she wanted us to follow her. I have a bad feeling about this, but we might not have another chance to figure out what she's up to. We're going after her, right? That was my first time seeing the simulant. Though she was smiling, something about her scared me. Tis a strange feeling, pursuing one spitting image. Where does she want us to go, I wonder? The simulant headed into the street over there. The neon stand is that way. Let's hurry. Did we lose her? What is she up to? I don't like this.
Not here. Let's press on, if only a little further.
Hey! Are you alright?
So she didn't die. Vexing, but expected.
That was about the strongest bolt we can produce within Everkeep. What now?
We obtain more precise measurements. Narrow the range of variables to avoid unnecessary trial and error. That is the most expeditious course of action.
I know that voice. You there! Yes, you! We have important business with you. We left something in your keeping. The key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us, yes? Is that... If I had the key, I wouldn't need to be cruel and turn away so many people. Far more than 5,000 could become endless and know eternal happiness.
What? You mean to steal ether from other worlds again?
All is for the sake of his experiments. "'Twas for that reason, you know, that the previous me created the Endless. I pity her. She was forced to attempt the impossible, to turn every soul who dies into an Endless, even though there's no end to them. Admittedly, that was part of the plan. Her desperation would drive her to claim the key and use it, and sure enough, she did just that. I know you had a soft spot for her, Lamachi. So for what it's worth, I'm truly sorry. Alas, we are naught more than pawns, pieces in his grand design.
Don't you dare make light of her love for her people. Don't you dare!
Strike me down if you wish. I shall be made anew. And I doubt many would look kindly upon the vow of resolve of Tuliolol if she attacked a neighboring queen, and not for the first time. Would you be willing to accept the repercussions?
Damn you!
You're speaking to me. Our goal is to usher in the next phase of mankind's evolution. Since time immemorial, life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm are weeded out, allowing the species to thrive. Generational succession. This has been our survival strategy. Yet, this strategy has long since reached its practical limit. It is outdated. It relies on progeny, which gives rise to unchecked population growth. Resources become scarce, invariably leading to conflict. All the while, death is ever present and robs our species of untold potential. Where man now stands in his evolution, bodies of flesh no longer make sense. What we must strive for next is carefully managed, eternal preservation.
Calyx! You're Calyx, aren't you?
You know him?
The young genius who had mastered electrode technology. founded the scientific collective known as Preservation and devoted himself to developing a cure for the paralysis which plagued our people. Calix, you always had your gaze set upon the future, and I know you do now. But I beg you, do not deceive the people of Alexandria. Do not manipulate them with this imitation forged from my memories. Well, how rude. Yet, whatever you may say, I'm the one whom the people regard as queen. You may have worn the crown for a few years, but now you are no one. Just a frail, fleshy version of me that could die at any moment. The kingdom has no use for such as you.
Our demand is simple. Surrender the key. Refusal will necessitate consequences.
What a cool thing to say this, Fiend. Are you alright, yo? Forgive me. I was once able to use healing spells, but my long slumber appears to have sapped my magical reserves. It's frustrating to be so powerless, but perhaps I must accept my newfound limitations. Alexandria has no need for Queen's Fiend. It's the Queen of Reason, my endless counterpart that they love. And although it is a hard truth to accept, it is nevertheless the truth. I must find a new way to serve. You're not alone, and together we can get through anything. Well said, and it just so happens there's something that only you can do right now at this moment. Let's start with Kallax. What can you tell us about him? He was the prodigy who specialized in the field of electrope and made his mark during the storm surge. Yet even he basked in the admiration of his peers. He struggled with an illness he had since birth, but which left him with precious little time to live. For him to still be here 4 centuries on, I think it's safe to assume that he too has become an endless. I see. While we're somewhat... Whoop. Hold on.
come, it wouldn't have been fun.
Yeah. Alright, I'll see ya. Okay. I see. While we're somewhat familiar with the preservation, I never imagined we'd cross paths with, like, one of them like this again. You know about preservation? We do. They're supposed to have created an Everkeep core system as well as the Endless Fiend. Did they? Oh, while I was slumbering. The members of Oblivion have spent a lot of time investigating preservation. We should head to the back room and tell them what happened. Weird about the ambush. You seem to have weathered it well, but try to avoid straining yourself. Do you hear me? To think that Kryle's parents were once members of preservation. We've given the others a summary, but we can wait on the details if you need some rest. Are you feeling alright? The sign might yield some clues.
We've heard what happened. So, preservation has revealed itself at last.
And using the key, they mean to turn even more people into Endless. It seems safe to assume that they too intend to steal ether from the other reflections. But unlike the previous Sphere, they have no intention of saving everyone. Calyx, of all people, would know precisely how much ether is required to sustain an Endless. Thus, he is able to set a realistic limit to their creation, without being swayed by emotion.
Carefully managed eternal preservation. Whether or not this can be considered an evolution, 'tis plain that man's very existence would be forever changed.
Say, if this Calyx is as brilliant a scientist as everyone says, could he have been the one who erased everyone's memories of Endless Fiend's death?
That is a possibility, though I cannot speak to his motives. Though Calyx has outright stated his ultimate goal, how his actions will further this agenda remains unclear. That said, we have seen how anxiety towards death continues to spread amongst Alexandrians. Perhaps the simulant stokes this fear to entice them to become endless. Everyone is afraid of death. We try to put it out of our minds, and I do not blame the people for feeling as they do. Nonetheless, I wish to stop the simulant. I wish to do what I can for those who believe in their queen. Although I wear no crown, were I to forsake the people, then I would truly have no place here.
I don't know if this will help in that endeavor, but I've found something interesting. When I analyzed the sign that Calyx appeared on, I was able to determine the source of transmission. I traced it back to a terminal used only by preservation, located in the Foundation sector.
Foundation sector? That came up in my mother's records, didn't it? It's where the old castle was hidden.
Everkeep was built atop the castle of the former kingdom. Access to the immediate area, the Foundation sector, is highly restricted, with map data accordingly classified.
The old castle is inside this tower.
It's an ideal place for preservation to conceal a terminal, I must say. Having existed since the storm surge, they would be familiar with the castle's layout.
But I wonder, would someone so versed in electrope, such as Calyx, be so careless as to leave a trail?
Oh, I expect he intended for us to find the terminal.
It may be a trap, but it's our only lead. What do you think, my friend? No, we cannot. We must learn exactly what he is plotting.
If you're set on this course of action, I'll work on getting you access to the Foundation sector. Sit tight for now.
Please, let me come with you. I may not possess any special skills, but I know the castle better than any. So please.
All right. If that's what you want, then we go together. The rest of us will take point and secure the way, and we'll count on you to guide us in the castle.
In the world of Sven's memories, the town was already submerged. Given their dire circumstances, I expect the people considered stripping the castle for materials to rebuild. For the structure to endure even now, it speaks to the importance to the Alexandrians as well as their resilience. Calyx determines how many will become endless, but leaves the choice of who in the hands of the people. Is this the idea of fairness, or does he simply not care? Perhaps he considers all to be worthy of salvation. Oh, but it's too early for such speculation. I'm working on securing a route to the Foundation sector. Please sit tight for a while. According to the records from Uweyat, my mother was investigating organics for her own research into souls. there was map data for organics in the records, and that's how we learned about the castle in the Foundation sector. At last, we have a plan. Let's make it count. Thank you for allowing me to accompany you. It may take time for me to study my place in this new Alexandria, but I will, slowly but surely. The castle was once my home. I shall do my utmost to be of use on this mission. Right. I believe I've plotted a viable route to the Foundation sector. As we don't have much information on the area, I'll come along and gather geographic data on site. You can leave the navigation to me. I'll stay behind this time. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Oblivion is fortunate to have a capable adapter like you, Guloja. And no matter what the future holds, your knowledge of Electrope is bound to serve you well. With dependable support here, we may embark on our mission. Come, let's head to the lift in the government sector. Be safe out there. I've ever been here. Oh shit. Though it was built from a distance, I remember the sight of Alexandria's castle in the virtual domain. I wonder how it looks now compared to then. Everything has been arranged for a passage to the Foundation sector. Oblivion's got us permission to use the lift. It's nice when things can move quickly. Calyx has all but invited us, so we must assume that we are expected. From here, we head to the very bottom of Everkeep. I can't help but feel nervous returning there after so long. There's no direct lift to the Foundation sector, so we'll have to transfer to another on the way. If we take the wrong lift, we'll end up in the wrong sector, so be sure to follow her instructions. According to Tessa Jaws records, the tower is divided into inner and outer sections below Organics. The castle is at the heart of the inner section. So arriving at the foundation sector, we need to make our way inwards. Yo, take this communicator with you. It's been modified to track your coordinates, so I'll be guiding you as I collect data. Sounds like we're all set. Let's get going. Nice. We're heading into a trap, so watch your step. Fuck. I don't have the item level. It's my item level. It's not 705, it's fucking... Okay, so I need to grind for the weapon, that sucks. But let's get the dialogue. Calyx uses the people's love for his fiend is to further his own schemes. We can't allow him to do so any longer. Whatever it takes, we'll find and stop him. Though we are taking a risk, the far greater danger would be to wait. This time, let us take the battle to Calyx. I shall follow close behind with Shell. It would be nice if this foray was uneventful, but that would be a naive hope. Better expect the worst. Okay. Damn. Alright. Is there... I could start Hildebrand. Damn, okay. Part 1 of the video is done. I'll be back when I have the item level of 705. See you soon. Okay. I seem to be unwilling to grind for gear every single patch. But luckily I can finish this video out with corn serving. So we'll do that. Well, if it isn't my dear friend Yo, I trust you've seen your fair share of adventure and delectable delights since last we met. That is well. Would that I had similar tidings to share, but in truth, these old colonels find themselves in need of assistance. I sense a belly possessed of monstrous appetite has found its way Bayside bevy, you see. 'Tis a hunger so ravenous, it shook me to my very cob. I do not confront it alone, but now I have you. That is, of course, assuming you would accompany me. So you'll join me then? What joy it is to bask in the warmth of your generous heart. Once we arrive, I but need you to keep watch while I seek out the belligerent belly that cries for satisfaction. Oh, you can talk to him about a bunch of shit. That's cool. We met him once before, did we not? Say, don't I know you from somewhere? Yes, of course, you're the one who offered me that grilled corn. That was awful nice of you. I was definitely at my worst back then, without any prospects to speak of. But that corn was just the boon I needed. It wasn't long after that I found a new job, and now I couldn't be happier. Speaking of which, I had better get back to it. Hopefully I'll see you around sometime. Thanks again. His belly was full of food and his spirit with purpose, a most gladdening sight. However, he is not the one we seek. Let us look elsewhere. Say, is that not the kindly woman we met once before? Ah, it's you. My, what a time for reunions this has been. My daughter had been missing for some time, you see, but I found her in Ysolani at long last. A most joyous yet shocking occasion, for now she's nearly as old as I am. Would that her father could see us, a pair of old maids. We're together now, though, and that's what's important. Oh, but listen to me prattling on. I'm sure you have better things to be doing. Take care, miss, and thank you again for your kindness. A heart and belly once pained, but now at peace. No doubt she and her daughter have enjoyed many a delicious corn-fit dish dinner together. We know this fellow, do we not? You're that corn-peddling stranger from before. If you're worried about what I've been up to, you needn't be. I went and got my life together just like I said I would. Even managed to find a new job. A friend of mine put in a good word for me at Aunt T's, so the next time you'll see me, I'll be grinding corn to make tasty tortillas. Be sure to stop by sometime, and I'll pay you back for that grilled corn. Did he say he'll be making corn tortillas? Oh, how delightful. There it is, the Malgin rumblings of a hunger most foul. Pray wait here while I seek out the offended stomach. The rumblings are coming from... the Pelipoo fellow over there. Might you go over and ask if aught troubles his mind or stomach? I'm sorry, you want to know if I'm having stomach troubles? Ugh. No, I can't say that I am, though I have been having strange cravings as of late. Terrible cravings for... Blood. I yearn for blood. Wait, this baleful hunger is not his own. He's been possessed. Leave him be, spirit. Leave him be and show yourself. What the fuck? Well, what have we here? A blade made sentiment by an Assyrian spirit, and a rather ancient one at that. Long, long ago, when the lands were barren and the people desperate, they would offer up ritual sacrifices in hopes of a bountiful harvest. The rites required the tithe of a beating heart cut by stone blades that sucked on a life force and made nests in spirits like the one that sways before us. But once the people received my corny blessings, they no longer had need of such practices. The rites and rituals were buried along with their tools. Should I slay it? Heavens no. Strike it down and you would suffer a curse more powerful than you could possibly imagine. We must find a way to state its hunger, but how? I've got it. I cannot prepare aught to suit its palate, but you can. You slay all manner of beasts on your travels, do you not? Where you take this dagger into your possession, it could then feast on the life force of your fallen foes, thereby sating its hunger. Assuming, of course, this gentleman would be willing to part with it. That dagger is the reason why I've been feeling so strange. Come to think of it, I never had such weird cravings before buying it. And in so far as it being a knife for ancient rituals, the peddler who sold it to me did say they found it in the aftermath of a landslide caused by a great storm. If you're willing to risk keeping that thing, far be it from me to stop you. I won't charge you either. Having a clear head will be payment enough. Good luck. Given what you've learned of the spirit, you have elected to refer to it as the Death Servant. It's like a Pokemon. You cannot help but wonder if the blood of your enemies alone will suffice to stay its hunger. With that settled, perhaps the two of you should take a moment to get acquainted. Go on now, don't be shy. Say hello to your new companion. I do believe they've taken a liking to you, and so long as they are permitted to feast upon the beasts slain on your adventures, you needn't worry about the ill effects of their appetite. A rather unexpected turn of events, would you not agree? Would that all appetites could be stated with corn, but alas, hunger is a fickle fiend, not so easily overcome. Thanks to the good friends like you, however, I need not contend with such challenges alone. Indeed, I have been blessed by the fertile soils of trust and acceptance to cultivate such a beautiful relation and friendship. I have little more than my cob to offer, but I should hope this will suffice as fitting dinner, a decadent dish made with the finest corn. And with that, I must take my leave, until we meet again, my friend. Dope. Okay. That's it for 7.2. My item level is not what it needs to be to do the duty of even the main story quests, funny enough, which sucks, but it is what it is. Don't have enough of these. And I have to grind. But I don't want to grind. It's too much of a grind. Because the duty... $705 and I'm at $697, so that means I need 8, but each piece of armor only goes up by 1, so it'd be like 4, maybe upgrading these two, but that's a whole other grind. It's not a grind I'm willing to do anyway, so I'll see you later when I might do the dailies, who knows, but I already did all the side quests for Dawntrail last time I had a subscription up. Might as well finish the dailies that I can do. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, whatever that might be. Peace.